So I've got a couple of stories about what being racially ambiguous. It's kind of put me in some weird situations. I'm going to tell you two stories. One of them is called Racially Ambiguous in New York. Now, I was in New York last year. I say New York. I was actually staying in a place called Bushwick. Now, Bushwick, to get to Bushwick, what you do is you go to New York where all the money is, all the big buildings are, the theaters and the lights, and you get on a train and you leave all that behind. And after about half an hour, you arrive in Bushwick. Now, Bushwick is going through a process called gentrification. I don't know if you know about this. White people did it to India. They use guns and stuff. They're still doing it. They now use espresso machines. It's nice. It's much more gentle. It's lovely. But Bushwick is going through the process of gentrification. So it's got espresso machines and coffee shops and man buns and twats. Those two things go together. But it's still got brown people because they've not finished gentrifying it. And actually, they've got the most amazing fucking thing. The drug dealers, who are generally like my colour or black, they have street corners. And normally, when you have drug dealers on street corners, they mark it, like they tag it. But because they're selling to the nice white people that are moving into Bushwick, they genuinely leave office chairs on their corners. They leave office chairs on the corner. Little tip for you, if you ever go to Bushwick, don't sit in one of those chairs and spin around. The drug dealers don't like it. Don't do that. So one day, I'm coming back from New York, and I get to the subway. I come out of the subway, and I see a rat running across the street. Now, nothing particularly unusual in that, but this time, it was being chased by a cat. It was fucking amazing. It was like my very own David Attenborough documentary. So I stopped to watch. And this cat's going, yo, come back here, motherfucker, I'm gonna eat you, rat. And the rat's going, you ain't gonna fucking eat me, fuck you, motherfucker. And the rat's going, come back here, I'm hungry, bitch, come here. The rat's going, you ain't gonna catch me. And the rat gets to a street corner. And it runs up something. It clearly goes, oh, I got myself a little escape route here. I'm gonna run up this chair leg. I'm watching going, oh, no, rat, you gotta run. That's an office chair. That's a drug dealer's chair. And what the rat does, see, I didn't realize this was a New York rat. The rat gets into the seat, turns around, and fronts up to the cat. And the cat's very confused. The cat's going, yo, you supposed to run. I'm gonna eat you, rat. And the rat goes, bitch, you in New York now. I'm a New York rat. You clearly from out of town. You better fucking run. And the cat backs off and walks away. The rat climbs down and goes, yeah, that's what I thought you fucking say. Fucking amazing. Where was I? Oh yeah, racially ambiguous in New York. So, it turns out, as well as looking Turkish and Spanish and Mexican, I look Hispanic. Now this came as a surprise to me. I don't even know where Hispania is. And I discovered that I look Hispanic when I go into a deli one day. So I get a sandwich, I go up to the counter. Behind the counter is a Hispanic lady. She looks at me, she sees a fellow countryman, and she goes, guacamole, tortilla, sombrero. She probably didn't say that. It sounded like that to me. I only know a little bit of Mexican, but I learned it from Speedy Gonzales. I was expecting andale, andale, epa, epa, and she didn't respond to that either. So she looks at me, I'm a little bit confused, and she goes, Pablo Escobar, tortilla, salsa. And I'm just standing there a bit confused. Now, I've been standing there about 10 seconds. In New York, that's about 15 minutes. So the guy next in line goes, yo, what the fuck is the holdup up there? And I'm very confused now. I'm going, this lady's talking to me about tortillas. You're shouting at me. He goes, what the fuck is the problem? And I go, I'm terribly sorry. I only speak English. And this guy goes, then why don't you fuck off back to England, you limey prick? It's the first time I've ever been racially abused for being English. It was brilliant. I loved it.